Hey, Maximizers, and welcome to my live. How is everyone doing today? If this is your first time watching me, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a business coach, and I help women create a profitable business that they love. I help women in that stage where they are unsure what business they're going to start. All they know is in their heart of hearts, they want to start a business and they need help. I also help women who are in 0 to 2 years of building their business, but they're just not consistently getting what they want and they don't know how to put all the pieces together. So I help you in the beginning stages of your business. I help you get started and get going. So I've been in business since 2018 and I've helped tons of women start their business. I've helped hundreds of women save thousands of dollars. I have been online coaching full time for the past 4 years. And for today's live, I want to talk to you about how to get unstuck and start your business. So I would love to know, where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And if you have a business, let me know what your business is. If you want to start a business, put some money signs in the chat. So let me know where you're watching from. And if you have a business, what's your business? And if you don't have a business, but you want a business, put some money signs in the chat. We're also going to celebrate because two lovely ladies signed up for my group coaching program, the Brain to Business Bootcamp. So we are going to give them their sticky notes a little later in the live when I share with you what the Brain to Business Bootcamp is. But I'm so excited to be adding these ladies to the wall of fame and to be working with them starting on Tuesday to start their business. So where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. What city, what state, what country? And if you have a business, I want to know your business. And if you want to start a business, put money signs in the chat. So first things first, if you are feeling stuck, if you feel like starting a business is overwhelming you, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling stuck. There's nothing wrong with feeling overwhelmed. But the one thing I want to say to you, that it's mindset. It is truly mind over matter. You're stuck because you're more than likely scared because you are not sure what to do. You've never done this before. So when it's something that you want to do, but you haven't done it before, you almost stop yourself mentally from even going any farther because you're like, I don't know what could happen. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't know how to make this work. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if anyone's going to buy. I don't know if anyone's going to listen to me. Why me? If you have felt these feelings with your business, go ahead and like this live on TikTok and Instagram. If this is a feeling that you felt before, because I know that since I was a kid, I wanted to start a business. I wanted to start a business since I was like 12 years old, y'all. And it was debilitating that I never started because I was so scared. I changed my college major from business to nursing because I was thinking, like, if I really want to help people and I really want to make money, I should just be a nurse. That did not go over well. I changed my major 2 years in. So I know what it feels like. Now, 5 years after being in business, I realized it's a mindset thing. Okay. One of my clients hates when I say this, but it is what it is. You have to have the audacity of a white man. You have to be delusional to the point that what I want is going to happen and my business is going to be successful. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I know that on this journey, my business is going to be successful. It's mindset. So I'm going to share with you some things that you can do to get out of your head because you are capable to do more than you allow yourself to think. You are stronger than you believe you are. You are smarter than you think you are. You know what you're doing. You have good instincts. So if you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, I want to start a business, put some money signs in the chat. If you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, I'm terrified. I don't know how to start a business. I don't know what the hell to do. No one is going to buy from me. No one's going to follow me. No one's going to buy my stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a failure. If you felt like that and you want to start a business, just put some money signs in the chat. Because I want you to know that you are not alone, but you also can do more than you think you can. So my first tip for you is very woo-woo. You can probably write this out. Writing this out is better. But I want you to ask yourself, what do you want? Have you asked yourself that? What do you want? Do you want to start a business or do you want to work in a 9 to 5 forever? And if you do, that's fine. But if you're feeling conflicted, if you're feeling a little bit stuck, I want you to get out a pen and paper and I want you to ask yourself, what do you want? And I want you to write it down. If you want the business, if you want the time freedom, if you want the unlimited income potential, if you want the opportunity to be in charge of your own schedule, if you want to be able to travel, if you want to be able to do what you want and not have to listen to a boss, if you want to be able to have more freedom, okay, what do you want? I knew that I wanted a business. When I was in my 9 to 5, I always said, I am going out, not up. It was a desire of my heart to be in charge of my own destiny and to have that freedom. So, my first tip for you to get unstuck is really ask yourself, what do you want? Because a business is not for everyone, and we understand that. But if you've decided that you want to start a business, then okay, let's move forward. So, first step, ask yourself what you want. Do you want a business? Or do you just want to have a 9 to 5? There's no right or wrong answer here. But I think the key is you've got to get to the nitty gritty of what you want. What society says is okay, what society wants, what this whole American dream is, scratch all of that. What is it that you have in your heart? And guess what? You can have both. If you want to have the 9 to 5 and you want to have a business, great. That's perfect because that's what you want. Not what I want, but that's what you want. My second tip for you is once you know what you want, once you know what you desire, once you know that you're working towards it. But this is the thing, you can create your own financial retirement plan with your business. You do not need a 9 to 5 for health insurance and a 401k. There's so many amazing opportunities and so many amazing ways to invest in your retirement. I am not an expert. I would say reach out to a financial planner, but you do not need a 9 to 5 for the 401k and health insurance. There's so many ways that you can prepare yourself for retirement without a 9 to 5. I promise you. But my next tip for you is I want you to ask yourself, what is the next best step that I can take towards what I want? So if you want the business, what can you do today, right now? Nothing with money, nothing with you having to buy a building or invest a bunch of money and buy a bunch of inventory. What is something that you can do today that gets you closer to your goal? So for example, when I figured out the business I wanted, because I started a different business before, the first thing I did was, I know I want a business that I love. The first thing I did was I canceled the business that I was in right now. I shut it down. I had started a healthcare recruiting business because I was a sales recruiter. Katie says I get a better rate for insurance being self-employed. Yes, girl. Yes. yes. And I was able to get insurance being self-employed. So I closed down the business that I didn't like. Why? Because I didn't like it. I was a sales recruiter at my 9 to 5. So I thought, oh my gosh, let me recruit nurses. Nope. Wrong idea. It was not for me. First thing I did was I closed that business. Second thing I did was I took a week off of social media to get my head clear. I took a week off of social media to decide what I wanted to do. And I sat with myself and I realized that I wanted to teach women how to coupon. Hey, Sean, I wanted to teach women how to coupon. That's what I wanted to do. Once I figured out that, I was like, well, what's my next best step? And it was to start a YouTube channel. It was free for me. It was free for the people I wanted to help. Didn't cost me anything. I used my iPhone 6. I used my 8-year-old laptop. I didn't have sound. I didn't have lighting. I just started with what I had. Those steps led me to a multiple 6-figure business. I just took the next best step that I could take with what I had at the time. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, please like this live so that TikTok knows we're lighting up. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. If you're watching on Instagram, give me a like. I'm live on all my platforms at once, y'all. I like to maximize my usage. But you really got to ask yourself, what is the next best step that you can take? Thank you, Corey. What is the next best step that you can take towards what you want? Then I want you to ask yourself, if you truly want to start a business, how do I make my business a priority in my life? How do I make my business a priority in my life? Because when I started Chris the Maximizer, I posted a YouTube video almost every single day. It's crazy. I'm doing it right now on my new YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. I'm posting a YouTube video every single day for the month of September, and I'm doing every other day in October because me and my sister were like, every day is a bit much. But for the first year, when I started my YouTube channel in 2018, I posted over 360 videos. Some days I was posting 2 videos. There were some days where I posted 4 videos in one day. So over the course of a week, I may have posted 8 to 10 videos in 1 week. So I decided that my business was a priority. Let me tell you what I did to make it a priority. The first thing I did is I stopped eating lunch with my coworkers. I told my coworkers, I can eat lunch with you 1 day a week. They chose Fridays. Monday through Thursday, I had an hour lunch. I was in my car. I was in a coffee shop. I was in a huddle room. I was editing videos while I was eating. I was coming up with video ideas while I was eating. I was responding to my YouTube comments while I was eating. I was mentally preparing. I was journaling. I was picturing the life that I wanted when I was full-time in my business. I was thinking about ideas of courses I can teach, classes I could create, all the things. But I wasn't kikiing and talking crap with my coworkers. So that was the first thing. A second thing was I was in a salary role. And when I first started that job, I worked maybe 10 to 15 hours a week at home. Like I was a top producer. I hired 300-400 people every single year. I stopped that. At 5 o'clock, I was done work. Unless somebody was texting me to say, oh, I did my drug test. Oh, I did my background check. I'm coming to work on Monday. I stopped doing anything extra. I don't want to go to happy hour. Don't ask me to do any special projects. I'm only doing my job. I'm not doing anything extra. Please don't ask me. No, I am not available. Make sense, y'all? The other thing I did is I stopped watching TV. So this was in 2018. This is back when I had DirecTV. So what I did was all of my shows that I like to watch throughout the week, I did not watch them live. I recorded them on my DVR. On Friday nights, 1 hour went to my business because I tell all my clients 1 hour a day can really propel your business. 7 to 10 hours a week can really make a difference when your business is a side hustle. So I was like, all right, I'm going to work for 1 hour on Friday. Then I'm going to get my popcorn. I'm going to get my sunflower seeds. I'm going to get my snacks. And I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to binge watch 6 hours of TV until I get, tired and go to sleep. Because it's Friday night. I don't got to work on Saturday. So I prioritized my business. But Sunday was an all-day work day. Saturday was a day for my daughter. I would take her to Disney, the pool, the park, we would do all the things on Saturday. On Sunday, I was recording videos all day. I was editing videos. I was preparing. I got us ready for the week. But I prioritized my business and I made sacrifices in other areas. I was not scrolling on social media like a crazy person. I was posting. I was engaging with my audience, but I didn't have time to scroll. I was on a serious grind that first year. Y'all want to know what happened? You want to know what happened? If you're new to me, thanks for watching. I got fired on my 1-year YouTube anniversary. I had just hit 1 million views on my YouTube channel and I had almost 20,000 subscribers. I got fired on my 1-year anniversary. It was the best thing to happen to me. If I would not have grinded out for that year, I would have been up the creek without a paddle. I was preparing to quit, y'all. I was saving money to quit that job in like October. I got fired in August. You want to know what happened to them 6 months later? COVID. Everybody got laid off. God prepared me. So that grind was not in vain. I was able to take a YouTube channel and turn it into a multiple 6-figure coaching business. I got unstuck and I started the business. And I started it with nothing. I did not hire my business coach until I was full-time in my business for 3 months. I got fired August 19th. I think I hired her November 15th. So right around 3 months. And she's the one who helped me make multiple 6 figures. She's the one that helped me with sales and marketing strategy, which brings me to my next tip. Where can you get help? You can only YouTube, Instagram, TikTok yourself to death for so long. You can only buy so many courses and read so many ebooks. You need someone to help you. You need support. You need to be able to have conversations. You need to be able to ask questions. So do what you can alone, but at a certain point, you're going to have to invest in yourself. And if there's one thing I wish I would have did sooner, I wish I would have hired a business coach like early 2019. After I had YouTube for maybe 4 or 5 months, I wish I would have hired a business coach to be like, all right, what should I do? What's my direction? How do I make this flowing? I didn't have an email list until I was 9 months in. I had over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and no email list, which is a sin in the business world. Okay. So, who can you ask for help for free and for paid? Okay. Now, if you're sitting here and you're like, Crystal, you're speaking to my soul, I want to start a business. I want to invite you to my 8-week group coaching program, the Brain to Business Bootcamp. Now, this is for you if the idea of a business is in your brain, but you do not know how to put the pieces together. Maybe you have a business idea, but you don't know what to sell. You don't know how to sell it. You don't know how to price it. You don't know how to use social media to sell it. The Brain to Business Bootcamp is for you. And over 8 weeks, I'm going to help you with 4 key things. I'm going to help you come up with your business idea and be very clear on it. It's going to be something that you enjoy, but also something that you're good at, something that you can help someone else with. Second thing I'm going to help you with is get clear on your offer. I'm going to help you figure out what you're selling. If it's a product, a physical product like a chapstick, or a service like a class, or a course, or an ebook. Okay. The third thing I'm going to help you with is pricing. Because as women, when we start off, we severely underprice ourselves. When I started my first membership, y'all want to know how much I sold it for? Thanks, D. I appreciate that. My membership was $5 a month in 2019. I opened it in April 2019. It was $5 a month. I had been couponing for 11 years at that time. I was an expert. I can call myself a couponing expert. I've been couponing for over 15 years. I can do it in my sleep, hands behind, tied behind my back. $5 a month was like so disrespectful, but you got to start somewhere. So that you are not giving away all your goods for $5, I'm going to help you come up with your pricing. And number 4, I'm going to help you pick your social media platform. I'm going to help you figure out where you need to be to attract your ideal client so you can build your audience and start making sales by Black Friday. This 8-week Brain to Business Bootcamp is taught live. What does that mean? We're going to meet on Zoom every single week, every single Tuesday, starting on September 12th. It means I'm going to teach you, and then I'm going to give you time to do the work workshop style. So you're going to have the opportunity to do the work while I'm there. And the benefit of that is that you get to ask me all my questions. You get to pick my brain during our weekly sessions. So every single week we're going to meet. We're going to get your business. We're going to get your offer. We're going to get your pricing. We're going to get your social media marketing platform. We're going to meet every single week for 8 weeks. And the price of the Brain to Business Bootcamp, the investment, is only $497. And there are payment plans available. Now, we currently have about 6 spots left because 2 ladies just signed up today. So we are going to get them on the Wall of Fame. If you are someone who feels like, oh my gosh, I am so stuck, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, this Brain to Business Bootcamp is for you. Because honestly, you need clarity when you're starting your business. If you're not clear on your business idea, your offer, and who you're speaking to, like who your offer is for, you're not going to be able to sell it at the level that you want to sell it. You got to be clear. If you're trying to sell everything at once, it's going to be confusing for you and for your audience. When you're starting, you got to pick 1 or 2 things to do really, really well and to be known for. Because when Jeff started Amazon, they just sold books. When Macintosh, Apple started, they literally just sold desktop, big old computers. The iPod Touch, the iPod period, the iPad, the iPhone, the AirPods, all of that stuff came later. But in the beginning, they got known for selling their computers. That's what they got known for. So that is the Brain to Business Bootcamp. So if you're stuck and you need help, that is the place for you. Let me get these ladies up on the wall. I'm pulling up their names. I like to make sure I spell their names right. So we're going to get these ladies up on the wall. I'm so excited to have them in the Brain to Business Bootcamp. Like, this is going to be an epic 8 weeks that we're going to work together. So first, we're going to welcome Courtney. Welcome to the Brain to Business Bootcamp, Courtney. Make sure I spell it right. I'm so excited to have you. So excited to have Courtney. Let's welcome Courtney to the Brain to Business Bootcamp. Let me mirror myself so y'all can see it. I don't know how to do it. Hold on. Okay, now you can see it. Yay! Welcome to the Brain to Business Bootcamp, Courtney. I'm so excited to have you and help you start and grow your business. If you want to join, I forgot to say where, you can sign up at christhemaximizer.com, Krys, the Maximizer. The link is also in my profile on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube is in the description box. No, I don't know if and when this is running again. I don't foresee it running again this year live. I don't see it I don't foresee it running at all again this year. So don't wait. And we only have 6 spots left. And I'm very confident that we're going to be full with all 10 spots filled by Tuesday. All right. So our second lady who joined us today was Nina. Welcome, Nina. And her last name starts with a K, which I love because K is quite possibly one of my favorite letters. So welcome, Nina, and welcome, Courtney, to the Brain to Business Bootcamp. I'm so excited to have you all. Pre-work and the schedule goes out tomorrow. So I'm so excited. Okay, so I think I have another tip for y'all because y'all just got excited about the bootcamp. Oh, this is it. I kind of talked about this already, but my last tip for getting unstuck and starting that business is to choose your business idea and get started working 1 hour a day. Your 1 hour a day could literally be research. Your 1 hour a day could be literally watching this live stream. It could be watching a YouTube video about your industry. It could be researching the products or services that you could be selling. It could be looking at people that are in your industry, i.e. your potential competitors, to see what they offer and to see what is the gaps that you could fill in with your product. Like, what are people in your industry craving that the current industry leaders are not offering? And how can you offer that and even better? So choose your business idea and get started. It is never too late to start. Do not wait for massive amounts of funding. Do not wait until you feel like you have all the time in the world. You're always going to feel time strapped. So if you truly want to start this business, if you start now, you can be consistent by 2024. But if you wait and then you start in 2024, you may not even start making money until the summer, because you're going to be doing all of these startup things. So get all the startup stuff out of the way right now. Get unstuck and start your business. I'm very excited. These ladies joining today just really energized me. So I would love to know what questions you have about getting unstuck and starting your business. I do respond to every comment if you are new here, so please feel free to drop them. I'm super animated, so I would love to hear from you. I would love to answer your questions. So let me hear them. Go ahead, drop your questions in the chat. I would love to hear from you. D, did you have fun with your lobster roll? I can't do lobster rolls because they're cold. The first time I ever got one, I thought it was going to be warm, and when it was cold, I was so disappointed. And I'm not a big lobster girl. Crabs are my thing. Lobsters are not my thing, but I just knew it was going to be warm, and when it was cold, I was so disappointed. So disappointed. What questions do we have? Don't be shy. I am live on all my platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, 2 YouTube channels, and my Facebook page. If you're not following me on my new YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris, definitely go and subscribe to that YouTube channel. I'm doing a video every single day for the month of September. I do not eat cold lobster, child. So who was giving me? It was Disney that had cold lobster rolls. It's warm with drawn butter and a lemon wedge. So maybe I just did not have a good one. I didn't get the right one. I didn't get the right one. Okay, Melissa says, how many businesses do you have now? How did you choose the type of business? Great question, Melissa. Great question. So I have one business. My business is called Chris the Maximizer. It's called the Connecticut Roll. Okay, I have to look for that one. My business is called Chris the Maximizer. It is a coaching business. So I help women make money. And then I do have a segment of my business um where I still help women save money. So I still have my Money Saving Academy program where I show up in there a couple times a month and I teach women how to coupon, budget, and meal plan. So it's one coaching business where I help women with money. And then it's just my priority is where I help women make money. And then I also help women save money. So I only have one business. I don't want to have multiple businesses. And I also don't want to have a product based business. I want to be a service based business baddie. Like I want to have courses and master classes and live trainings. That's how I prefer to be. Hey Coco, thank you so much for joining. That's how I want to be. I don't really have a desire to sell physical products, and if I do, it'll be like limited time Chris the Maximizer stuff. So at this point today, I don't want to have another business. I think one is more than enough for me. I do so much, but how do you get your niche? Bank on Creations LLC. So, your niche is about you. Your niche is about what do you want to do? Who do you want to help? So, in the Brain to Business Bootcamp, the first 2 weeks is getting clear on what you want to focus on, getting clear on what area you want to target. So, when I started off and I got fired, I'll say when I got fired, I had 6 things on my to do list to do to make money. I was going to run my YouTube channel. I was going to grow my membership. I was going to Instacart. I was going to go back to recruiting nurses. I was going to I was going to trade Forex because I was panicking. I was like, I'm fired and I'm not making enough money currently from my business to meet my minimum goal. Let's just say I needed $4,000 a month to pay my rent, my bills, my credit cards, whatever. My business is only bringing in $2,000 a month. So I was like, there's no way. No, I had like 4 months of savings. My job paid me out an extra month. So I had 4 months of savings and I was making money. So I really had about a 6-month runway before like the money that I had saved was going to run out, but I was already making money. But my point is I was trying for probably 2 months to do all of that. And guess what happened? I didn't do anything well. The thing that was the front runner was the YouTube channel. So, really, I had to sit down with myself, just like the first question we asked at the beginning of this. What do I want to do? What does Crystal want to do? And it sounds so trivial. It sounds so woo-woo, but I had to really sit and say, what do you want to do? And I wanted to teach people how to coupon. So then I realized I had to trust myself to build what I wanted to make the money that I needed. Does that make sense? So I'm good at a lot of things, but I don't want to do all of those things. I want to perfect my craft of coaching. So now I had this identity crisis, and my biz bestie is on here. I struggled for almost a year. Like, I want to be a business coach and I want to teach people how to coupon, but it's a lot to try to do both because they're severely different. And I'm speaking to a different caliber of person. Now, a lot of my clients who save money also want to start a business, but I'm not talking to both of them all the time with my audience. So I had to make the tough decision that I'm going to focus 100% on being a business coach. Now, I'm going to still run my existing program, but what that means is I am not going to be actively marketing or promoting my other programs because it just happens, if that makes sense. So when you have a lot of things on your table, you have to truly look within yourself and decide, where do you want to focus? What are you good at? And what do you like to do? How can they join together? And how can you make it the best possible? Because if you're trying to focus on 3 different businesses at once, you can never give your all to one of them. You can never maximize your opportunities in all of them at the same time because you're literally one person. So that would be my suggestion for you. I had to sit with myself and then I said, forget it. I'm not doing anything else besides my business The only thing that I did add on, like in 2022, was I did start to Instacart, and that was because when my business was slow, I would Instacart. In my spare time, I would Instacart. And then I also have a client who I fly around the country. One client where I fly around the country and I help her. So I do move my schedule around to help her, but it's a way for me to get paid. It's a way for me to network. So it's a win-win for me. I worked with Reload when they first started. One business, but multifaceted. So that means you've got to focus on a specific area. So be specific with me. What is all the things that you have on your plate? Because okay, there was a lady that I spoke to that possibly wants to join the boot camp. Oh, I did not mean to invite you. I'm so sorry. She did custom things. So she was making shirts, she's making keychains, she's making tumblers, she's doing all the custom things like with the Cricut, right? When you are trying to sell all of those things, it's overwhelming to your customer and it's overwhelming to you because you can't sell one thing. So let's use the example of Amazon. Let's do the example of Amazon. When Jeff first started, he only sold books, textbooks for college, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and look up Amazon so I'm not lying. Amazon history. Okay. Amazon opened up July 16th, 1995. Jeff started this in his garage. Now his parents gave him $250,000, $250,000 to start up. But he opened as an online bestseller, selling the world's largest collections of books to anyone in the world. He started with selling books. That's what he did well. Then, as he grew, he added in everything else. So, if you have a custom business where you do shirts and you do tumblers and you do keychains and you do this or that, you need to pick a product to start with. And maybe if you do shirts, maybe it's different sayings on your shirts. Maybe it's different types of shirts. Maybe you have crops. Maybe you have full length shirts. Maybe you have long sleeve. Maybe you have turtlenecks. But if you're trying to do shirts and tumblers and resin trays, it's too much. You got to get known for the thing that you do well first, and then you can add on more. But if you're like, I'm custom, I can do anything, it's a lot. Whereas if you're like, I do custom t-shirts, then I know who you are and what you do. So then you can do all of your marketing and your thing to, I do custom t-shirts. You can reach out to organizations who do t-shirts, right? All the time. You can market to them because it's like, all right, I can do the baseball team shirts. I can do the cheerleading t-shirts. I can do your event shirts. So if they have events 5 times a year, you could be their t-shirt person. Does that make sense? You can perfect the craft of t-shirts. Once your t-shirts are flourishing, then you can move to something else. Let me know if that makes sense. But you've got to get clear and focus on one specific area. You cannot start off with the buffet. You got to do 1 to 2 things really, really well. Okay? Now, I also coach women who already have their business and they know what they're selling. I coach them in my Side Hustle Society. Now, that's my 12-month group coaching program, and I help you with sales, marketing, and client retention. And we work together for a whole entire year. So if you're like, you know what, I want support, I want this, the Side Hustle Society is an investment of $2,000. There is a 12-month payment plan of 12 payments of $199. So if you are interested in me being your coach to help you grow, get consistent, the goal of the Side Hustle Society is for you to start to make a consistent $1,000 every single month. Like you have your sales strategy, you have your marketing strategy to make a consistent 1,000. Because before we can get to 10,000, you have got to successfully do 1,000 every single month. And then you can move up from there. But that's the goal of the Side Hustle Society, to get all your systems and everything together so that you are making a consistent $1,000 per month. And business is hard. You want to have someone who you can ask questions of. You want to have someone who you can pick their brain. You want to have someone when things don't go right, because things are not going to go right. Things are not going to go the way that you planned. But when you have a plan, you can pivot. And it's better when you have someone that you can lean on and ask for help. Like that's why I said I wish I would have hired a coach sooner, because for 15 months I was just out here flapping in the breeze. I had some courses, but the course can't talk back to you. I can't ask the course. When you first started, what was the biggest headache for you? When you launched for the first time, what did you struggle with? How do you deal with clients ghosting you? How do you deal with failed payments? Like I can read that, I can listen to it in a course, but it's nothing like having the conversation. So as a coach, I have a coach, but I'm a big advocate for coaching. If I'm not the business coach for you, I understand, but I encourage you, go find a coach that you like. Sign up for their program. Do it. Get the help. It's so much better to get the help sooner than later. Okay? Like one of my one-on-one clients, one of my premier one-on-one clients, she's like top tier one-on-one clients. Before she came to me, she was piecemealing her advice together. What that means is sis has 2 websites. She got a Wix website, a GoDaddy website, and a Shopify website. She paid a lot of money for a custom website. She paid a lot of money for some other things too, because she didn't have someone to help guide her. So she ended up with 2 different types of websites because these people told her this, these people told her that. She didn't know. She was just trying to get prepared. And now she's ended up with 2 websites and she's paid for both of them for like 2 years. So it would have been to her benefit to invest in some coaching or mentorship, and that money that she invested would have came back to her because she would have been able to start selling a lot sooner. Does that make sense? So you can do a lot on your own. You can do a lot without help. I'm not here to diminish the power of YouTube and live streams like this, but I would encourage you, get help. Go find a coach that you like. Go find who you enjoy. Get into a program, maximize it, do all the things. When I hired my business coach, y'all, her program was $7,500 for 6 months. It was on sale for $6,000. She wanted me to pay her 6 payments of $1,000. I told y'all I was only making a couple thousand per month. Okay, I was fired. I ain't had a job, and I didn't have a 9-to-5 income for 3 months at this time. The only thing I'd ever paid $1,000 a month for was rent, paid for my tuition, and I paid for my car down payment. Those are the only things I could think of that I paid $1,000 or more for. The payment that I was paying her was the same as my rent. So I said, this woman wants me to pay her my rent. Huh? But I met her in person and I learned from her on the spot. She was a millionaire online business owner. And I knew that if I wanted to be a millionaire online business owner, I need to learn from one. Because it's going to take me probably double the time to figure it out. Y'all, I did a 3-day live event with her, like a group event. Like she did a group event in 2019. I took her advice. 2 weeks later, I made $3,000 on Black Friday, just from her advice that she gave me at the event. I didn't even get in the program yet. The coaching program started like in December. This is still November. I made $3,000. When I tell y'all, I showed up for every call. I watched every module. I asked questions. There was some times where I was the only person that showed up for the coaching call. And there was a bunch of us in the program, but not everybody showed up every time. Sometimes there'll be 2 coaches and me, because it will be a lot of people. They would split us up. There was times where there was 2 coaches in Crystal. Who do you think stayed on the whole entire hour? I had a list of questions for every week. Do I maximize that potential? And in the time that I started working with her, I think the next year I made like $50,000 or $60,000. First year of my business, like full time on my own, I made like $50,000 or $60,000. And I know in my heart of hearts that without learning that strategy from her and just like putting the marketing and the sales together for social media, I would not have been that successful that soon. Would I had eventually made $50,000 or $60,000 in a year? Absolutely. But it would have taken me a lot longer because I didn't have someone to ask. I wasn't getting coached 3 times. I was getting coached 3 times a week, basically. If I would have did it on my own, it would have took me a lot longer. I would have made a lot more mistakes. Now I made mistakes and things did not go well. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. But what I'm saying is with the help, it's a cheat code basically. Why do it alone when you can do it together? I did the work. I showed up, I listened, I pivoted. Now I took what she said and I made it work for me. Because there was nobody out here teaching couponing at that time the way that I did. Hey, Nicole, there was nobody teaching coupon strategy, money saving strategy the way that I did. So I took her advice as a business coach and then I twisted it around to make it work for me. Okay. But coaching helped me so much. So much. And I wish I had did it a little bit sooner. A little bit sooner. So getting that help can definitely, take you a long way. So if you're in the early stages and you're like, I don't even know what my business is going to be, I don't even know what I'm going to sell, I want to invite you to the Brain to Business Bootcamp, y'all. This is an 8-week live group coaching program where we're going to go over 4 key things. We're going to narrow down your business idea and get you focused. We're going to choose your offer. So you're going to know what you're selling, whether it's a product or service. We're going to price your offer so that the price is based on the value of the transformation or the value of how much it costs to create. Because if it costs you $3 to make the chapstick, you cannot sell it for $4. You ain't making no money. And a lot of times we don't know how to price ourselves or we underprice ourselves because we just want to help people and we don't want to be salesy. But you have a business, so you need to make money. And the 4th thing I'm going to help you with is choosing your social media platform to market. I've made over $300,000 in the past 4 years using social media. So I'm going to help you figure out what social media platform that you can use to start to market, build your audience, and then lead to sales of your offer. So those are the 4 things that we're going to cover over 8 weeks. When I say I'm going to teach you live, we're going to meet live every single Tuesday for about 75 minutes where I'm going to teach you and then I'm going to give you time to actually do the work. I just made a bomb worksheet today. I was telling my biz bestie, I made a 2-page worksheet. So week 1, we already got a 2-page worksheet all ready to go. And I was like, ooh, this is going to be great. There's going to be worksheets because I already created one. There's going to be worksheets. There's going to be time for Q&A. There's going to be time for you to pick my brain and ask me questions. But we're going to be live on Zoom. We're going to be live on Zoom, and it's going to be an epic party. And by Halloween, you're going to have your business. You're going to have your offer. You're going to have your pricing. You're going to be building that audience. And you're going to be able to start making sales by Black Friday. You're going to be able to start making sales by Black Friday. How would it feel to have your business ready to go and be making sales going into 2024? Amazing, right? So the Brain to Business Bootcamp starts Tuesday. You can sign up at KristaMaximizer.com. There are payment plans available. I'm excited. And Courtney and Nina joined us today. So I'm very, very excited. So at this point, we only have 6 spots left. And I'm very confident that those 6 spots are going to sell out by Tuesday. You have until Monday to join. But once 10 is filled, the max I'll take is 12. But once we get to 10, I'm closing those doors. I want this to be very intimate. I want everyone to get their one-on-one time with me in the group. I'm going to speak to every single person individually. I'm going to be all up in your business, y'all. I'm going to know the ins and outs of what you're planning and what you're doing so that I can help you put your best foot forward with your business. So you can sign up at KristaMaximizer.com and get one of our last 6 seats. So I'm going to do a last call for alcohol, last call for questions before I end the live. Are there any other questions? This was great. Every time I go live, I feel energized. I feel like I can run a marathon or I can do some more work after this. I do need to send one email before I decide to go to bed. I do have to send one email. What questions do we have? Questions. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you. Was this helpful? Yes or no? Was this helpful? Yes or no? Was this helpful? Yes or no? Okay. Love it. If you are interested in working with me, whether in the boot camp or in the Side Hustle Society, if you already have your business, just send me a DM. Send me a message on TikTok or Instagram at Krista Maximizer. I would love to chat with you about us working together. And I also have one-on-one coaching available as well. You're so welcome. I also have one-on-one coaching available as well. 6 months one-on-one. You get to text me, voice memo me, all the things, Monday through Friday. One-on-one coaching is a little bit more of an investment, but you get me and you 3 times a month on Zoom. So, thank y'all so much for joining. I'm glad that this was helpful. Looking forward to working with some of you in one of my programs. DM me if you have any other questions after this, and I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Bye. Now let me end all my streams.